Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17 of the Showbound podcast presented by Axial Watches. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, once again joined by Ethan Cardwell. Cardsy, what's going on?
Ding, 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 ding. Finally, Ras got it right. That one actually did take 7 tries for us to get it right. So it's dragging on a little bit, but no, I'm excited to get this pod rolling, and it's going to be a good one.
The reason why I'm struggling off the hop early here, I'm dash one early, is because we just got off the interview with Tyson Foerster, and it was so funny, man. He's going to be our guest this week if you can't tell from the title of this yet, but it was an awesome interview. I'm still kind of fired up and laughing about it. And I don't know, just that was an all timer. And for those who don't know, Forey is a first round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers and a Barrie Colt teammate of you, Cardsy, and someone I got to meet in Barrie last year. So it was just a fun one. But anyway, Cardsy, you got a bar story for us or something? A little visit over to the city?
Yeah, no, we actually went to this really cool. It's not even like a bar. It's like it's called the Steam Hotel. Actually, it's pretty cool. And we got a bunch of the guys on the team, and this is like a place that a lot of like apparently rich people go around here and stuff. So we went up there, and they have like a nice, really nice lounge. And so we got to sit down, play some pool. They got what else they got? Shuffleboard. They got like a games room and stuff too. And it's all like state of the art too. So that was actually a lot of fun to get in there, just kind of like bond. And it's a lot different, man. Like we got like older guys on our team. Like I think our oldest like 33 or 34. So not that old compared to some other guys in the league, but like still like a different lifestyle they're living than us. So it's kind of cool to just like talk to them and just like kind of see about how their careers went and like how they ended up here and like how we got here. And it's just like, it's pretty nice to see. And it's actually cool because when we were there, you notice like even the guys, they started talking English to each other, even in their conversations, just so, like we know what they're talking about, which is kind of nice, like just making us feel included and stuff like that. But no, there's actually one thing I really wanted to throw in this week's pod, and a very sad thing happened here this past week. We lost our equipment manager, biggest fan, just like the biggest supporter of Sir Hammer. His name's Gunder, and I only knew him for a month, say, but he's one of the greatest people I ever met in my life, and just did so much for the team. And I feel like I had such a close connection, and it was super tough when he passed away. And it's pretty cool the way the boys have been performing. We did a moment of silence for him in this past game, and we've been on a nice little win streak for him too. So the rest of this year here in Sir Hammer is obviously dedicated to Gunder, and I just wanted to definitely give him that shout out.
Yeah, I remember actually probably the first episode since when you got over there, you mentioned him and brought him up. I can't remember what it was, but it was, some positive, funny story involving him. So that's awful news, obviously. And, thanks for bringing it up. So our listeners can all be thinking of him and your team there. But with that being said, I kind of want to go into some NHL news. It was a busy week in hockey. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit here before we get into the interview with Forey. But actually, before I even talk about that, I want to say later on in the episode, we're going to be doing another Axial Watch giveaway just for the listeners, one that we won't be posting on the socials. So just for the listeners who stick around to the end, we'll be announcing how you can enter that. Anyway, NHL news, easy first one. We got Sidney Crosby's 1,000th game. Did you see any of the ceremony and stuff like that?
I saw the boys who did his whole routine, wore his jerseys. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
Been a guy I looked up to my whole life. My favorite player growing up is probably a lot of kids. So pretty special to see him hit 1,000. Good for him. And yeah, I think we aren't going to see him leave the game for a little while yet.
Obviously I agree, like for sure, but off the serious topic, he had his girlfriend out there for the ceremony and stuff like that. And, Crosby's known as being like the really secretive guy, right? Not public at all. That was the first time I've ever like seen his girlfriend really. And I don't know. Just random thought, but it was kind of interesting.
Bro, honestly, if you go through my search history, I think Sidney Crosby girlfriend comes up because like 2 days ago, I was like, what? Who is this girl? Like, because like Crosby's like low key, like very low key. And like, I know I saw him on like Spit and Chicklets, Sandbagger and stuff like that, but like that's like out of his element just to even be on there. And just like he's a super pro and like he likes to keep his life confidential and stuff. So for her to get the little, we'll call it a showbound bump. She got the showbound bump at Sid's ceremony. But no, yeah, I was actually shocked by that. But hey, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's cool. You gotta like someone important, and you want to share a moment like that with her. So yeah, I also did look up who it was, by the way. But funny, I just wanted to mention that. Okay, other news this week, we got the Lake Tahoe games. One was very successful and one wasn't. I don't know if you saw any clips or anything, but people were tripping over the ice. It was melting, like logos were fading or whatever. The ice over the logos was melting. And did you catch any of that?
Yeah, we watched the first period before that game got canceled, but it was actually sick, dude. Like that
Oh, it's
setup, it was
beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous. And then, yeah, it was like pretty good hockey. I didn't get to see the games other than the first period. Uh, Tough situation. Like you got to realize the sun is gonna melt things. But I don't know. It probably worked out better that it was at night too, though. And then
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Pastrnak, man. This guy's an absolute stud. You see that? He's just talking about the Barbie girl song
Oh
and he
my
goes
god.
to the reporters like, "Hey, it's your fault. Like you ruined my night. I can't go listen to the Barbie girl song with my sunglasses on."
Yeah, he's really making a name for himself as like a personality in the league now, which is cool, especially because he's not a native like North American, which is cool because you kind of see some of those guys a little more out there, but you don't see the Europeans as much. And so that was funny, man. That was a funny interview.
Yeah, that was classic. And yeah, like you said, good to see a guy like that just kind of making a name for himself, not only on the ice, but off the ice as a little bit of character. And I know you're probably going to bring it up, but we're talking about Europeans. Artemi Panarin.
Yeah, I was about to bring it up. But actually, before I do, I want to say like the second outdoor game, the Boston Philly one, I was picking my bets that morning, like who I should be gambling on here, and I texted my buddy Sandbrook. I was like, yeah, I picked the over for the Philly Boston game, forgetting that it was outdoors, just like seeing two like high scoring teams. He's like, dude,
Yeah,
that's the outdoor game, like, and I already placed the bet, and no one ever scores goals in outdoor games. It's always like low scoring. Luckily
yep.
for me, and I was pissed. I was like, oh, this is a stupid bet, but there was like 10 goals in the game. I hit the over, so very relieved. But I've been losing all my bets this week. But that's anyway. To
That's it.
Panarin.
Yeah, that's it. It's a story for another day. I mean, you dig the hole. You gotta. I don't even know. Yeah, I think you're just digging deeper. You might have to get out.
Yeah. With Panarin, so I'll just kind of give the background for those who don't know. Um, a while back, maybe in the summer, Panarin was speaking about, the turmoil with the Russian government and speaking badly on Russia. I'm almost scared that the Russian government is going to put a hit on me for this, but um, yeah, so they put out like a political hit piece on Panarin from Russia about him like alleging assault of a girl, and him and the New York Rangers have been quick to say it's a fake story really put out by the government to attack him for him attacking them. Basically, he's taken a leave of absence, and just a crazy situation, man. And just to be clear, the Rangers are in full support and defense of Artemi Panarin, and so is every player. But do you have any say on this right now, Cardi? You got to watch your wording here.
Yeah, no, I don't anywhere in kind of life or anything. I just don't like to get my words mixed up or maybe say an opinion on something that you could go both ways. So yeah, I probably not going to make a comment, but it's good that we got the news out there to the listeners who haven't heard about that. And it's good to see that the Rangers are back in their player and have full support in him. But what just popped up on my phone actually is Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I
Do you
saw that
see
during the
this?
interview, actually.
Yeah, Tiger Woods in a serious car accident in California Tuesday. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department announced Woods' vehicle sustained major damage and he had to be taken out by the jaws of life. So I love Tiger. Tiger's the GOAT. Great comeback story by him. And as everyone knows, I'm a golf guy and
Yeah.
Rask is getting into golf. So wishing Tiger all the best. I hope this doesn't impact his career or anything further.
Yeah, he's in the hospital now, it says, and um I'm just kind of looking through it. He was the only person in the vehicle, but yeah, I mean, obviously hoping for the best and hoping a speedy recovery. And we don't know all the details, so can't really get further into it than that. But yeah, I mean, obviously really scary, and Tiger's a legend, so hopefully he'll be okay, and hopefully he can get back to golfing. And Actually, yeah, like you said, Cards, me getting into golf, I'm looking into buying a new driver right now. So exciting for me since you brought it
Ex-
up.
Exciting times. You better stop betting or you'll have no money for the driver soon.
Well, okay, you know what? That's what I was betting for. So I don't need to get too much into it, but I'd put $20 in and I hit a good parlay. Next thing you know, I have $200 like on one bet. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I want to get this up to $500 and then I'm gonna cash out and get my golf clubs. Like or get my new driver. Like I want to spend $500, but I want to spend my own money. Like if I spend my gambling earnings, it feels like I'm not losing any of my own money, which I'm not. So anyway, I'm up at like 300, 350, and then next thing you know, I lose like 5 of 6 bets. Now I have $30 Cards
Yeah, so
in the account.
I guess just save that $30 while you can, because I
At least I'm
think
up 10 right now since I went in.
hey,
So
yeah, I guess so. And I think everyone that knows betting, I mean, even betting against friends, or even playing blackjack on the bus or anything, you just can't win. You can't win in betting. So
yeah, I've been losing on blackjack too, the online blackjack.
yeah, you don't. I don't think you want to get into that, but I guess we'll carry it forward here. What
Yeah, I
else
want
we
to I
got?
want to send it over to the Forster interview actually, but before we do, a little message that support for the Showbound podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Big news, Manscaped just released their new cologne scent to help you feel good and smell good all over and at all times. Who knew smelling this good could feel this good too? Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for all your below the waist grooming needs. And yeah, I've been using my Manscaped refined cologne that they sent me, been smelling good, been, feeling really good with all the products that they've been sent us. Really awesome. Like I've been enjoying it a lot for sure. And Cardsy is going to be needing them when he gets back too, because he's always, he's been known as having a really bad smell. So it's actually going
Yeah,
to be very good for you.
yeah.
Looking
They actually
forward.
call me. They call me Jimmy Smell Bad, and yeah, I just smell terrible all the time. And you know what? My dad actually has been greasing my cologne. So I'm on the phone with my parents the other day, and like I'm like, yeah, like you guys got the Manscaped stuff and stuff, like all that, and they're like, yeah, we heard about the ads, and my mom goes, we might not have any left when you get home. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, your dad's been using it. I'm like, what? Like, what is this, a charity case? Like, figure it out, Pop. And I know he'll be listening. So this is his warning to stop using my Manscaped cologne. And I guess, yeah, I need it. I smell bad. Like,
Yeah.
what can we say?
I mean, it just shows once you have one spray, like it's so good, you can't stop. So I don't blame him. But everybody knows that Manscaped does the perfect package 3.0 for all your below the waist grooming needs, but they didn't stop there. Complete your grooming game with the new refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped. With the same signature scent that's in all Manscaped formulas, this cologne is a perfect complement to the collection. Light, approachable, and gentlemanly in all the right ways. Think of it as your wingman for the night to keep you fresh and ready for anything. Calming and inviting, this signature scent introduces a light citrus burst before settling into the anchoring notes of vetiver and a woodsy masculine finish. This 50 milliliter spray cologne is even hypoallergenic, cruelty-free, dye-free, paraben-free, and 100% vegan. This beautifully designed glass bottle makes a statement, and the manly scent is attractive to set the mood. Also, be sure to check out the Perfect Package 3.0 with all the essentials for your below the waist grooming needs, including the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer and crop formulations. Yes, I'm talking about ball deodorant and toner to keep your testes besties. And now you can use the new Manscaped Refined Cologne to complete your set and smell great anytime, anywhere. It's time to feel sexy. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SHOWBOUND at manscaped.com. Your balls and body will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SHOWBOUND at manscaped.com. Look good, smell good, feel good with Manscaped. And with that being said, we'll send it over to Tyson Foerster.
All right. Welcome to the pod, Forey. Happy to have you. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'm having a good time and looking forward to being on the pod.
What a great spot to be in the United States. I know we got a bunch of stuff to go through here. For the listeners, me and Forey play together in Barrie. So we know each other pretty well, grew up playing with each other and against each other as well. So we might be able to find some funny stories for this episode for sure. But I'll fire it over to Rask. I think we got a few questions, but I think it's going to be a laid back epi and just kind of shoot the shit a bit.
Forey, I wanted to know what happened with your injury because obviously I think first game you was it like a shin? Was that what it was?
No, it's something in my knee.
What
I
happened?
don't even know what it is, but on the play was some guy, like the puck came up to on the boards and I passed it back to the D. And then the guy just came in and was crossing over and lost an edge, and I was looking at the puck. So he slid right into my my right knee, and I kind of my body went the one way and my knee went the other way, and I fractured something in my knee. But it's going good. I think I started skating again yesterday. So with a brace, I got to wear a knee brace now. So I think just that getting back on the ice is helping me stay motivated to keep working out and stuff like that. But I think just being back on the ice, and I hope I can get into a game like March 6th or 3rd. We play on the 3rd. So I think hopefully on the 3rd, I can get back in the lineup is what the doc's saying.
Okay. Yeah. And then that's tough, man. In your first game, how did that affect you? Like, the next couple of days after mentally and stuff, what's going through your head there?
Well, how it happened was right when it happened, like I couldn't put any weight on my knee or my leg. So I was like really kind of nervous and like scared. I was like, what the heck just happened to my leg? But I think after like 5 minutes went by, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to go back on the ice, because we were going into OT. So I was like, I want to get out there for OT. But I think the trainers made the right call and told me I shouldn't go back in and just see what happens tomorrow. And then the next day I kind of woke up and it was a bit sore, and they told me they wanted me to go get an MRI. And then it came back that I had a little fracture in my knee. So.
Okay. Well, at least it's not serious. I didn't know what happened. I just saw I saw an article that you were going to be out and missing some time after your first game. I was pretty upset to hear it, man. Like that kind of rattled me, but I want to kind of like take it back before we get into where you're at now in the AHL and the draft and all that stuff. Let's go back to your minor midget season. I want to let the listeners know you're from Alliston, Ontario, which is right by Barrie, where you played for the Barrie Colts in AAA growing up. And you lit it up in your minor midget season and got drafted to the OHL to the Barrie Colts. So just, can you talk about your draft day for us and what it was like getting drafted by your hometown team?
Yeah, it's pretty long ago, actually. It's kind of hard to remember, but I just remember, I think my sister had a hockey tournament. So my parents or my mom wasn't even at my house. I think it was just me and my dad sitting on the couch watching TV, and because it was just on our phones. So it was like, I think the first 3 rounds were on the,
yeah, they're broadcasted.
Yeah, on the broadcast. So I think maybe we're just watching that on the couch, and then my agent texted me and said, I think Barrie wants you at 55. And I was like, all right, that'll be cool, staying in my hometown. But I think when that happened, my dad just said congrats, and now the work's just getting started, really. I mean, 3rd round, it's still got to work to make the team and still got to work to sign the contract. So I think just that summer I kind of went in and grinded in the gym a bit. Hey, Cards.
That's such a burger. There's no way there was effort in the gym. This guy, oh my God, man. You definitely, you didn't find your effort till this summer in the gym. There's no way.
Maybe a bit, but but yeah, I think it was pretty cool to be drafted by Barrie, and then,
yeah, the rest is history. I mean, I want to talk about your first year too, and then we can kind of throw it over to you, Cardsy. But like, what was that adjustment in your first year? Kind of like coming from minor midget.
I think my first year I was really more focused on not getting scored on. I mean, I wasn't trying to score. Like, I wasn't worried about points or anything. Just being there with the guys and playing as much as possible, not getting scratched or anything. But I was just trying to be a good guy in the room and talk as much as I could and like just stay loose, really, because I didn't know if I was going to play one shift in the game or maybe get 7 or 8. But I think that year, I was more focused on playing in the defensive end. But then once we weren't really the greatest team my first year, so I think we traded a bunch of guys away. And I think that's when I really kind of stepped up and I started playing more and playing on the power play. And that's kind of where at the end of the year in my first year, I think that's really how my skyrocket kind of went up.
Yeah, he's a D-zone specialist.
Yeah, in my first year, buddy, I think I was +8.
Loves the D-zone, blocking pills, just high flips off the glass, just get pucks out. Maybe a few delay of game penalties, but
yeah, I think I got one. I think I got one my first year, and I was like this. Oh no.
Hey, you guys remember Cards? I don't know. No, you weren't there for that. Remember when it was before Cardsy came this past year, but I know Wilmer took like a horrible flip over the glass penalty that cost us the game. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I was laughing. No, I was in the box already. This is the best story ever. I was in the box already. It's like a minute left in the game. We're up by 1. Womsey like has an hour inside of us.
Yeah.
He has an hour with the puck. He's just standing there. A guy comes at him. He goes and just shoots the puck over the glass. He comes into the box. He's banging his stick and stuff.
Oh, I remember him skating around center ice going like this, and the whole crowd was like booing.
You're right. He went like this. He was just like this. And then he gets to the box. He's banging his stick going, and I'm sitting there. I'm like this, trying not to laugh. I'm like this. Crying in the box because I knew he would be so mad if I laughed. So I was just like this, like crying. And then he like after the game when we won, he's just like, I was gonna knock you out if you started laughing. It was so funny.
That was a tough play, man. But yeah, like to go down 5-on-3 in the last minute, they probably pulled their goalie. I remember just that was a tough one. I might have to pull up the video of that.
We ended up winning, so it was fine. But if we didn't, he would have been rattled.
Oh yeah, that was a brutal one.
So we'll get into off season before the draft here. Like, what were you doing? Just buzzing the clappers? Just working on your shot?
Yeah, okay. There's a lot that changed for you in terms of offense, I think. I mean, and I didn't really see you in your first year, but everyone seemed to be like just hearing the buzz in the rink in Barrie. Everyone was kind of surprised when you started lighting it up, like in the least offensive way. I mean it, but you come in and just start scoring every game. What was what changed? Did you do anything that summer?
I think at the beginning of the year, I think in the preseason, I was kind of lighting it up. And I think right after that, I think my confidence just went way up. And then in the first game against North Bay in the season, I didn't have any points. And I was like, wow, am I going to suck this year? And then I think a couple games after we played Missy, and I think Zooks just got back from Carolina from camp. And it was our first game back together from before preseason. And I think we were playing Mississauga and I had 6 points and my first hat trick. So I think after that, really, I just knew I could do it. And I just really was just more of my confidence than anything.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like it's for everyone. Like everyone comes to Barrie, you just get a little bit of confidence. You're playing at the BMC on a Thursday. The crowd's buzzing. What can you not like? How can you not be confident flying out?
Yeah. Like honestly, really, it's like all the guys are really nice. No one really says anything except for me and Cardsy. Really, we always get in each other's ears. But like, honestly, no one will get mad at you for doing something stupid or anything. So I feel like it's a really good spot and you can be comfortable doing anything.
Yeah, and like you got to give credit to Millsy there too. I know we had Reichs too for a bit. You had Reichs for longer than I did, but like Millsy, like he's hard on you. You got to play defense and stuff, but he lets us run like a lot of offense being played and stuff. So that kind of benefited us in that regard too. You can be out there and playing and not worried about making a mistake.
Yeah, I think Millsy's a great coach. I think by being Dale's assistant for the longest time there in Barrie, I think learning so much from him and Dale teaching Millsy a lot. So I think he's going to be a great head coach one day. And I think he's in Brandon right now. Yeah, he's in Brandon right now. And I think he's having a good time. Their season's just about to get going. So I think I'll definitely be keeping an eye and keeping in touch with him.
I got one here. I just want to jump in, Cards. Like you mentioned Dale, you had him for a year there before Cardsy was there. Did he have any impact on you? Obviously, I'm sure he did, but like what kinds of things do you pick up from a legend like that?
Just like everything really, like even in practice in the 3-on-3, like when he would join and play the 3-on-3, he was always the best player. He would always just dominate us and like score everything. He just had the touch. I mean, it's hard to come by, but he just had the touch and he taught me a lot really. I think he's obviously a legend and I looked up to him, and having him as my coach in my first year was huge.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to jump into the second year back to that, and I don't even want to say it because this guy's head, he won't get through the room. He won't fit through his door after I say it, but 80 points, 36 goals, 62 games last year. Yeah, there's not much to say. I know he'll tell me all about it. So he's pretty good at telling me about it. So let's hear about the season for it.
Yeah, I think we started off really hot in the year. I think we were really healthy in the year and we were all just humming. We were like, I think to start the year, Rask, what were we? Like, we were like,
it was hot. I don't remember the record, but it was, we were winning a lot.
We were like thinking we're going for it. Like we were humming and then the injuries, everybody just got injured and stuff. And then that's when or no, Reichel was there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there with Reichs.
Yeah. So yeah, and then everybody just got injured, and then when we went on a bit of a stretch of just losing every game, every single game. I think we lost like 11 in a row. But I think as a whole, by the end of the year, I think I was pretty confident. I think my stock rose a lot, and especially in the prospects team there. After that, I think my confidence just boosted up even more than what it was. So I think the whole season was for me was just really about confidence and everyone really believing in me and my line mates. I could trust them and my team really.
Yeah, so I want to jump in with the prospects game, as you mentioned, because that was kind of a turning point for you that season. I remember we were hanging out that day because I was driving you to the game and we were in the hotel and stuff. And
B-dubs, we were going to B-dubs.
yeah, put it on the team card there on the way. I remember like getting in. We were talking about it, like you were nervous, obviously, and I'm just sitting in there, and you get a point in the first period or whatever. I think you might have had like 2 in the second. I'm like, Forey's like stealing this game. Like this is all for. And you look at, I didn't get to watch the Sportsnet broadcast because I was there, but then when I was looking at the highlights after, it was all like Tyson Foerster this, Tyson Foerster that, and I'm like, holy crap! Like Forey just absolutely dominated when it counts the most. So from there, your confidence is through the roof, and you're putting points together and stuff. Like, how did the rest of the season go, and how do you feel after having a game like that?
I mean, after the prospects game, like I couldn't really sleep really. Like honestly, I was probably awake till like 4 a.m, just like, cause my phone was really just blowing up. And I was like, did that actually just happen? Like I was humming, I was just on the highest of highs. During the game, I think the first period, I was just trying to get my feet under the game. And we had a couple good chances in the first period, my line. But then going into the first shift in the second period, I think I scored. And then I was just like kind of cruising from there on in. But then like more opportunities came because I was like, I got a goal. Like that's good enough for the game, I think. But then like opportunities come and I just was able to capitalize on my chances. And I think the rest of the night was more of a blur. And it was my confidence, like I said before, like the rest of the season, I just felt like so nasty for some reason. But
Well, it's a confidence thing, like you say. I mean, you guys would know more than me, but I mean, anyone really knows if you're feeling it, like you kind of act in any way, hockey or not, you can kind of like force yourself to do what you believe. And it's actually like you proved it right there. And Cards, I want to mention this setup. I don't know, maybe it's not that exciting, but at the top prospects game, I remember when we got to the hotel there. First of all, when we get to the hotel, we hop in the elevator and Lafreniere's in there and he's just like, "What's up, Alexi?" Like I remember, you remember? So we met him in the elevator, which was kind of cool. But
So Rask, you asked for an autograph and a picture.
Yeah, Rask was on his knees. Give me an autograph.
But we get in the hotel and there's like it was such a sick setup, man. There was like this lounge that was like full of food. I was like mucking cookies in the lounge before I left, and like there was just like buffet, like wraps, like all day, just chilling there. You can go in and eat whatever you want. It was pretty cool. I was upset to leave, but I ended up going to Niagara that night for you, if you remember, and I had a good night for myself over there.
Yeah, I do remember.
You have to celebrate after a night like that. I remember we were at I think we were at Bigsy's, all the boys watching the game, and we were fired up. I know Forey was rocking his little cowboy tie into the rink too, and so he was feeling the flow going into it. And then we saw him score, like, okay, like he's buzzing, and then 2, and then I don't know if what came first, the apple or the goal, but then we were just like, holy shit, man, like what just happened? This guy could go first overall. Like he dominated Laffy tonight, and Rask is going to be hanging out with Laffy all night, just taking him from
I was with Bob McKenzie before the game. Like just like we weren't like hanging out. We were in the scouts room, like eating pizza. He was at my table, and
the Bob father.
Yeah, and he was like asking me about Barrie and stuff. He's like, "Oh, Tyson Foerster, what can we expect from him?" And I was just like saying, like, this guy's got a ripper clap, all that stuff. Like, hopefully he can get a couple points, but I don't know. And then I remember seeing he was standing in like the Zamboni door as you're scoring, and I see him like tweeting away Tyson Foerster, like with the clap. Like I think he used my pre-scout on you and stuff.
Wait, he was just tweeting away.
Yeah, it was, man, that was sick. Anyway, okay, we spent a lot of time on the top prospects game, but more importantly, what everyone wants to hear, like the NHL draft. So obviously not the draft you probably dreamed of growing up, but still get to go first round. I mean, you still get to be like on TV, I guess, even like through a Zoom call or whatever it was. But how was the draft day for you and the actual moment you got picked? How was that?
The draft day started off normal because I think it was on a Tuesday. So I went to the gym, worked out in the morning, and then I think the draft was later in the night, right? Like at 7.
Yep.
So I don't know if I skated that day or not, but I'm pretty sure I skated on the Tuesday. Yeah. So I think I worked out and then skated, and then I went home and I was really just chilling, playing COD a bit, playing on my PS4. And then really like probably 2 hours before the draft, I started to get nervous and I was like, God, this might happen tonight or it might happen tomorrow. I was kind of worried. Cause I think they had like 60 guys on the one call for, just in case like they got drafted, like people got drafted in the first round or not. So I was kind of nervous. I didn't want to like get up in my suit and everything and then have to go back to bed and like sleep on it. And like, I was really nervous about that, but I think I talked to the Flyers a bunch before the draft and they talked to me the day before the draft and the week before the draft. So I think I had a couple teams in my head and I think they were one of them. So I was just, when it happened, I was just like, holy shit, this just happened. My parents are like, my parents were both really nervous as well. Like no one was saying a word. And then when it happened, everyone just jumped up. Like we were all in shock, like, holy crap, this just happened. And then my phone was blowing up and like, everybody was like, I couldn't even go on my phone really. I had to use my parents' phone because the Flyers press wanted to do a interview with me. So I couldn't use my phone. It was crazy and it was amazing, really.
Yeah, that's so cool. And just for my own curiosity, and I think the listeners might be wondering too, but what kinds of things are the Flyers saying to you in like the week leading up to the draft and before? Like, what's that conversation like?
I mean, it's just like normal with every team. They just ask me like, what do they think my weaknesses are? What are my strengths? And like just ask me how my summer training's going. Like, what have I been doing? Have I gained any weight and stuff like that? So it's just a basic question that they ask everyone. But I think just leading up to it, I think I talked to them total, like 5 times or so. So I kind of had a feeling. And, when it happened, it was surreal.
Yeah, and then you obviously became like big star. Guy gets the Insta check and everything. I actually want to quickly talk about your Instagram hacking.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for Forey and I just see a blank page on Insta. I'm like, what's going on here? So I text him. He's like, yeah, man, like I got hacked. Like this guy's asking me for money to get my account back.
So this is the story. I'm in my hot tub chilling and I get this DM and it's a verified account. So, and it's like, have you gotten those before? It's like a verified account and it goes copyright from Instagram. Your Instagram is something to do with like not appropriate or something. And I was like, what is this? So there was a link at the bottom, but the account was verified. This is why I did it. Yeah. I clicked on the link and then I was like, it asked for my email password and stuff. And I was just like, okay, no shot. So I just exited the link, exited everything. And then I clicked off to go on Snapchat or something in my hot tub. And then I go back on my Instagram and I couldn't log in. I was like, oh my God, I just got hacked. I called my buddy. I was like, can you look at my Instagram? It's like something going on. And he goes, they're deleting all your posts. Like they're deleting everything right now. And I was like, oh my God, no way that's happening right now. Just about to get the blue check too. I'm like, no way that's happening.
Like this is a big time for you too. Yeah, like there's a lot of DMs being sent like in this time frame, and you just you can't lose the blue check on your Instagram.
So then he gets my number through my Instagram or something. Cause I guess like you have our numbers on our Instagram, like in our profiles and stuff. But I think he texted my number and he goes, hello. And I was just like, hello. Who is
Why are you reading the text with an accent?
Because he tried to call me too. And he was talking to me too. Okay. I was going to say that after, buddy. Calm down. And then, he texts me and he's just like, hello, like I have your account. If you want it back, I can give it to you back. I was just like, okay, then give it to me back. And he's just like, I need $500. I was like, I don't care about my Instagram that much. Like you can have it. Like I already deleted all my photos. I literally said that to him. I go, I don't care that much, buddy. You can have it. Congrats. And then I was kind of choked, like low key. I was like, just give it back to me. And then my agent talked to the Flyers, and then this has happened to a bunch of guys, I think, because everyone's clicking on the link because the accounts are verified. So everyone's like, wow, this might be real. But don't click on the link if they're verified. They're all bullshit. So no one.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got my account back. I had to repost a couple photos, but I got verified and I was fired up.
Yeah, then the DMs just started going out like a rapid fire paintball gun at that point.
I started commenting on random people's photos just to show that I was verified.
Yeah, humble. Come on. When you signed actually right around that same time of getting hacked, what was the first thing you bought? Was it like everyone's telling me to ask you this, but did you buy like some fancy fishing thing?
Honestly, I bought a couple rods, but I'm thinking about, I just got my hunting license. I was hunting a bunch this summer. I think I'm thinking about getting a gun or a crossbow. So I haven't really done it yet because the season just ended. So I think probably this summer coming up, I'll probably get a gun or something like that.
That's bad news for all of Alston if this guy has a gun in his mitts. Like this could be going anywhere. Like he has an accurate shot, but I don't know about a gun. Like I would not trust.
My grandparents live on a farm, buddy. You don't think I've been doing this?
I actually have seen some videos of some nice shots.
I don't know if we should be saying this, man.
Just cut it.
No, I'm keeping it in.
It doesn't matter. We're just talking. He's got his license. He's a legal
certified.
He's a straight up shooter.
Okay, well, I want to mention too, like we talk about signing bonus, but obviously like it's really important to kind of manage your money well. So it's nice that, you buy a couple of fishing rods, you buy a gun, one that we haven't really heard people say on the podcast yet. But I want to say that Gavin Hockey Wealth specialists, they like to say your goals matter and, you earned your success, you deserve to enjoy it, but they specialize in growing and defending what you've built, like your money. And they're former hockey players themselves. They know what they're doing. So Gavin Wealth, don't have to stress about your finances. Let them take care of it and set you up for retirement after hockey.
Definitely go check that one out for sure. No, we're going to buzz show camp now. Let's hear about show camp. Good summer, ready to go. It's been a while. You went to World Jays camp. I guess we can touch on both of these briefly.
Which one came first? I can't remember.
World Jays.
Okay, what was World Jays camp like? How do you what was it called? Because you didn't go to the summer showcase, did you?
Yeah, I did. It was
okay. So
on Zoom.
Okay, well, you were on the radar though, and then so you get to camp. What's that like?
Well, I mean, it was fun at the beginning. I think everyone's like, the rules are so strict there and stuff like that. I won't get into it, but like with COVID and everything too, like we couldn't leave our rooms and stuff. But I think all in all, it was a good time. And then in the first game, the first inter squad game, I actually sprained my AC joint. So then I was out for a couple, like I think it was 2 weeks or something, but it was kind of good because somebody got COVID on the team when we were there. So we all had to quarantine for 14 days in our rooms by ourselves doing virtual workouts and virtual spin classes. We all got a bike in the room and stuff like that. But I think it was more of just COD every second of the day. Me and Quentin were literally just humming COD all day. And like, it was really boring, but I think it kind of gave me time to help my shoulder heal a bit. But I think all in all, it was a great experience, and hopefully I'm looking forward to it next year.
Yeah. Were you guys could get stuff sent into the rooms though, right? Like from your family?
Yeah, we would get meals brought to us, but then we were to order groceries and stuff. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I think Quentin was ordering like a whole bunch of junk food and stuff. So then they saw it when they were bringing it in. So then everybody got shut down. We couldn't order food anymore or anything. So
I remember that because we were on FaceTime with Q and he's like, yeah, man, like I've been ordering just like a bunch of shit and like just treating my body terribly. But he doesn't care. So then you guys got that shut down. But like, yeah, obviously a lot of sibs. And then after that, quick little Christmas break and then off to Philly with the big boys. You got some studs getting in there and facing off against maybe Claude Giroux compared to, I don't know, anyone in our league, just a lot different.
Yeah, it's the thing I really noticed when I got there was how strong they are on their sticks. I think in the O, you can just quick little lift the stick and you can go. And I tried to do that in the first inter squad game, and they just stole the puck off me and took it and went the other way. I was just like, wow, I got to be a lot stronger. And everyone's bigger. Like there's no dust players in the show. So I think it's a lot harder. But I think once I got comfortable with playing playing the style, and I think my skating's improved a lot over the years. And I think I wasn't out of place or anything. I just got to keep working, and hopefully I can get to there one day.
What was just a feeling kind of walking into the NHL dressing room and being around the actual players? Like, how does that, are you like kind of starstruck at all, or is it just like it's just another day?
I was a bit starstruck at first. Yeah, just seeing like Coots and Giroux there. I was just
And gritty, man.
yeah, gritty, my boy. But yeah, it's really cool just to be in there. Like everything there is just so first class. It's crazy. And you really can just work out, and like there's a huge gym, like a lounge, like there's everything there. It's really amazing.
It's actually pretty sick. I got a free room tour of the Philadelphia Flyers because Forey's been doing like a selfie photo shoot for me. Always giving me the background look at what's going on inside the room. So
just a couple streaks.
Yeah, a couple of streaks picks, little lip bite action for Forey. You have to. The daily G-Day streaks picks for the that's classic, man. And then so yeah, you do camp, do really well there, and then they decide, obviously, young guy, it's going to be best to go down to the AHL for a bit. And I know we mentioned injury first game, but just the experience, what it's been like in Lehigh. I know you're living with Wizzy and Millie, so what's everything like there?
Oh, it's new to me, really. Like got my own apartment with me and Wisdom. We and Wiz live together, so we got to cook it up and we got to do our laundry and stuff, and we're both in a blender because we don't know how to do that stuff. So
yeah, you're the last guy I'd want to be living with, just in terms of like responsibility wise.
Yeah, like I'm not really good at that stuff, so I think we're kind of FaceTiming our parents every night saying, what do we do for this, what do we do, like stuff like that. But I think we're starting to get settled in a bit, like going on grocery runs and picking out groceries and stuff. But all in all, I think the guys are really good here, and I think we have a really good team this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun if the OHL doesn't get back and going.
Actually, Forey, do you remember when I got hit in the head with the puck by our own team?
I think I do, and you lost it, right?
Yeah, I was losing it. I don't remember, but a guy on our team went to go clear the puck.
Say who it is. Come on, expose him.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Probably punt it.
We'll throw punter under the bus. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was punter. So yeah, I'm clearing the zone, and I just get ripped in the back of the head with a pill, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, no, like I'm losing it. Go to the tunnel, throw my stick, just go get undressed for the intermission. I'm like, I'm done. Like there's 2 minutes left. I'm not going back out. So sure enough, maybe a game goes by. Same play. Legit clearing the zone, gets ripped in the back, Raskin. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like I freak out again. I just having an absolute conniption on the bench. And I think if you listen like to the if you're watching the game, you can hear a huge F-bomb from me on the ice. Just a loud one. But yeah, no. I thought that was pretty good, and I guess we'll blame it on Punnett for sure, just because he's just saying
you can blame it on Punter. There's nothing not to blame on Punter.
Yeah, the Caver's just sending some outrageous things to the group chat too. I don't know.
What's he doing?
I actually was thinking about this when we brought up the pod and we were talking about having Forey on, and for everyone who doesn't know, like me and Forey have known each other probably since we were 8. Maybe 9.
What's the team called? Total Hockey? Were we Total Hockey?
No, you were Total Hockey. I played pro hockey at the time, but I think we teamed up. We were on DHI.
Oh yeah, DHI.
And there's this hilarious photo of me and Forey mucking wings, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I have that. You said that to me, and we're humming the wings.
We're like,
fat kid. You got your long hair. It was
dude. My hair's down to like legit my butt almost, like not that long, but it was ridiculous. We're both just little fat kids, and just classic. And I remember we thought we were the greatest like scooters in the world.
Scooters. We went to, where did we go? CJ's or something?
Yeah, we went to CJ's skate park in downtown Toronto in between games of our spring hockey tournament, just to go rip the skate park. We were just ripping the foam pit back in the good old days.
We had no idea what we were doing.
No idea, but we thought we were sick. We came back like, just ripped a few double tail whips, just an average day.
Yeah, just an average day.
I think we actually should post this photo when I find it. We gotta get that one on the Insta. That's a classic photo. Like,
Yeah, we gotta get a before and after pic. You guys have a game pic together or something?
no,
Yeah,
we
we
got a nice pic from
Shaves?
Kitch.
Shaves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Yeah, yeah.
But actually, yeah, we got that one, and we were rocking mullets too at the
Yeah,
time.
we were doing good mullies.
The
Yeah.
mullet fever. We talked about this too the other day on the pod, man. That mullet craze in Barrie. Um, Speaking of mullets, someone who I mentioned before could rock a mullet. Tyler Tucker asked, "What do you think of your roommate's fishing skills?"
My roommate?
Probably Brownie.
Brownie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brownie. He's a fake fisherman. He's a fake outdoorsman. That's all I gotta say. He's so fake.
He's a fake
He
townie.
likes it. He loves it. He loves it because I'll bring him around and like he gets to like see the fish, but he's scared of the fish. Like he doesn't want to touch them. After he's gonna get in my ear after this, after he listens to this one. But I think he's the first time he went, like we caught a big like salmon are big. We go to the rivers and we catch the salmon in the rivers. And they're really big. They're probably like 15 pounds or something, but you can see it on my Instagram.
Quick
But
plug.
yeah, the first time he caught one.
Yeah, quick plug. We'll throw his Insta in when he said that.
Yeah, the first time he caught one, he's reeling it in, and then he gets it in, and I'm like, "Hey, Brownie, grab it. You gotta land the fish here." He's like, "No, Forey, you do it. Forey, please do it." I'm like, "I'm not doing it. He's like, "Forey, please, man. Like, I just give me some time, and then I'll touch it." And I was just like, "Oh my god, you're so fake, Brownie." And then after a while, he got used to it, but he's still a bit scared to grab him.
Okay, I'll say this just to defend Brownie, but like I've seen the picture of these fish, man. They're pretty big. Like I'd be scared too.
Oh my god,
They're
that's
big
what Brownie's
fish.
a city boy. Brownie's a city boy. He's fake.
No, dude, and these guys, I'm just gonna throw it into like these guys fight more than anyone in the world. Like it's actually like we'll be at their house and Brownie and Forey will be chirping. Like one time we were there, Brownie and Forey were chirping, and I think I might have threw a little chirp in at Forey too, and we were like ganging up on him. He's like, "That's it, I'm going to bed. Good night." Like I'm going to bed. That's it. Just leaves us, and it's just me and Brownie hanging out. Now we're like, dude, like come on.
Because I go to bed early, dude. I'm in bed by 9 every night.
Yeah, you are the king of sleeping at early hours of the day for sure.
I'm just trying to get better, man. That's all.
No, improving your craft at all hours of the day. That's what we like to see out of you.
Exactly.
And you're a pro. You're a pro's pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, you know Forey's also a big school guy. He loved high school last year.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated, so I think that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, little plug for Cudsy there. There might have been a little bit of help for Cudsy.
Thanks, Cudsy. Yeah.
We got a couple fan questions actually. Actually, here's one from your buddy. What's your favorite candy?
Wilmsy's gonna love this one. M&M's.
What's behind this story or something?
It's just an inside thing me and
Okay.
Wilmsy and my buddy have.
All right, we'll keep it at that.
Actually, I know it's not a candy, but I know Forey loves hash browns. And me and Forey were at a place one night, and we were hanging out. It was just me and Forey then, and we ordered Uber Eats, and it might have been like 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
And Forey knows what I'm talking about. And we ordered 30 hash browns.
Oh, from Don's, like there was more than that, dude. I had probably like 20 of them, and I felt so sick, but I couldn't stop eating them.
And we're at a fan skate the next day, and we just like, you obviously feel gross after just mucking that amount of food, like just greasy. So I was like food hungover the next day. We just hammered hashers.
Yeah, it was literally like so late too. We were just mucking them.
I remember. Was that the fan skate? Was it the? I don't remember. I can't remember what was going on. Was that the one where you had like the pictures where there was the photographer and like the free pizza up in the restaurant and stuff? Was it that one?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was free pizza day.
I went out the night before and had to be at the rink for like 8 a.m. the next day. Like, you know, I was on probably just like 1 or 2 hours of sleep, like a couple coffees. And I remember I hadn't had breakfast yet and I wanted to have the pizza. Like there was a free pizza in the restaurant there. And I was getting yelled at, like, you can't have pizza. Like, there's only enough pizza for the players and the fans. Like, you're not a player or a fan, so you don't get. I'm like,
by Marshy.
I'm not exposing anybody, but that was a long day for me.
Let's roll with the fan questions here.
This just back with the fishing one. A few people asked this. Everyone's obsessed with the fishing picks, but A few people ask, what's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Oh, it's probably one of those salmon. Just they're literally in the rivers. They come and spawn in the rivers, probably like 10 minutes from my house. We just get the hip waders on and we go in there and catch a whole bunch of salmon. And I think probably the biggest salmon I've probably caught is like maybe 20, 25 pounds. I'm not really too sure.
That's big, man. That's big. Do you ever like cook them and eat them, or you just let them go?
The salmon just come to the rivers and spawn, and then they die in the rivers. So they're a bit gross. So we don't keep the salmon, but I've been up to Manitoulin Island a couple times, and like we go rainbow trout fishing there, and they're kind of like a bit smaller than salmon. But I think I think there's like a limit for each guy can have like, honestly, I'm not too sure on the limit, but we catch a whole bunch and then we flay them up there, right there. And it's really good.
Yeah. So in Barrie, there was a few fishermen on the team last year. You had like, I think Shredzy and Cammy were into that, right?
Yeah, I think they were a bit into it. They do different fishing. Shredzy's out on the ocean or something in a big boat, and he's catching like tuna and stuff. But
who's the best fisherman, you think?
Oh, 100% me.
Okay.
No, wait, just give me a sec. I'm pulling up a sick photo of me with a nice pike. So I might.
You sent me that, and you're like, "Am I a fisherman now?"
I'm probably the best fisherman in the world. If for the YouTube listeners, you can go check it out right now. Just a nice little pike, just first cast too. So I'm an natural.
Forey.
Got the glove on too. What a baby!
I was gonna say, what's his form like there, holding it from the side, right? Isn't it like,
that's
the
right form, buddy, with a glove too? Fake.
No, that's city boy form. That's something Brownie would do.
Oh, 100%.
All right. We'll keep it moving. Favorite road rink in the OHL? We'll bring it back to hockey here.
I think probably Kitchener. I think I had 4 points in Kitchener. So I think just that alone and all the people there, like it's crazy there. We won the game too. So I think probably just Kitchener.
Actually, I'm going to call somebody out right now too. Stiff put 200 on the board that night and never paid up, I don't think. Do you remember
everyone was throwing
hey, that's
the board that game.
Nathan Allenson, just to expose him because the listeners aren't going to know who you're talking about.
That was remember when Bigsy did his big speech with the rope before? That was that game too.
Yeah, attaboy Bigsy.
We were ripping this rope, and Bigsy was making it. He was doing a good like team builder speech, and I give him a lot of credit. It takes a lot of balls.
Because we were in a bit of a slump too. Like we were not humming.
Yeah, we needed this win too for like playoff standings and stuff, and we did it. And I mean, Bigsy's like giving us this pump up speech, and all the guys are cracking up. And this is like pregame. We're just like kind of giggling, but it was actually like got the boys fired up, and then a little 6-4 win and Kitch. And yeah, I guess Forey had a night. I had a tuck, so I was happy.
There you go.
As long as you get a pitter, you're happy.
Dude, the whole team's from Kitchener, basically, man. Like that, the whole Colts team is from that area. It felt like.
Yeah, we got Stiff Blart, Bigsy,
Jetter.
Who else? Who? Jetter, yeah, Jetter.
There was definitely more. Williams, before he got traded.
Yeah, there's a few for sure.
There was a couple. It was always like going to Kitchener was always a big thing. Like everyone's always talking about it.
But... and again, going back to Stiff, I hope he's listening because this guy loves his hometown game.
Oh, dude, he fires it up. He has it on his calendar. Like
there's an Insta post every game too.
Kitchy Bud's home game, and just like that.
I love it.
Oh man. What else we got? I kind of already asked you this one, but like, what's it like stepping into an NHL locker room for the first time, walking in, like seeing your name up on the stall? Like, what's in your head there?
Just like honestly, it's like in the middle between like, wow, I made it, and also like I haven't played my first game yet, so I know there's a whole lot of more work to be done. But just seeing that for the first time, I'm like, wow, my name's up there. Like this is really nasty.
Yeah. That's for as far as fan questions. That's it. Like I don't really have anything else, Cards, other than Axel, which we'll get to. Like, do you have anything else, Cards?
No, I mean, just good to catch up with Forey. I know we've been talking quite a bit lately, but thanks for coming on, bro. And I know Raskin to tell you quick, our sponsors got a little treat for you to get you looking nice walking into the rink.
Yeah, just Axial Watches, sickest watches in the game, really, like especially for hockey players. They're gonna be sending you a custom watch. So just fire over the link and we'll have you pick a watch and send the address. We'll get it going and you'll be looking good. Whether you're in Barrie or Lehigh Valley, rocking your Axial watch, heading into the rink. So that's a little thank you from us and Axial for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And
all right. Yeah. And I guess that pretty much does it. So yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on. Cheers, Beefer.
See you, Sutsy.
All right. That was an awesome interview with Forey, man. A lot of laughs, a lot of funny stories. Really happy to get him on. And I'm really happy with the way that went.
Yeah, man, for sure. It's always good to catch up with Forey. Me and him really close and stuff during the season. So to be able to catch up with him for a little bit and see how he's doing right now, pretty awesome. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I did talk about before the interview that we'd be doing an Axial Watch giveaway later on in the episode. So if you're still here now, this is for you. Go to axialwatch.com and just wait a couple seconds. There's going to be a little pop-up that appears on your screen. It's just for Showbound listeners asking you to enter your name and your email. And we're just going to be picking random emails basically and giving you guys Axial Watches. We'll announce your name on the show. So get a little shout out to you for that. So you'll just listen for next week at the end of the episode and we'll be announcing the winners. If you did enter the past giveaway, just do it again to re-enter this draw. So go to axialwatch.com and you can put your email in and, get a chance at winning an Axial Watch there. So we'll talk about The Bachelor now. We got the Bachelor segment. Did you just watch it, Cards?
Yeah, I just watched it. Damn, I'm just going to say Rachel's fault.
Oh my God.
Dude, it looks like she was seriously injured there. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was a hard fall. And actually, I watched it back. I saw like a TikTok of it, and it was the guy. How there was like a guy behind her holding the.
Yeah.
I think that guy got the worst of it, but they didn't show him because he's irrelevant. So that he might have he took the brunt of that fall. So tough one for those two, but that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was actually really crazy. I'm glad nobody got injured though. But it was so jokes because Matt's like on the ground just hanging out or whatever, and then Matt's guy is like, look at Rachel, and then she just goes right on the ground. I was like, holy crap. And my buddies, because I was in the washroom and they saw the preview and they said she got hurt. I was like, okay, she's actually hurt, because they saw the preview or whatever. But no, glad she didn't get hurt. I was expecting a way worse injury when that happened.
Yeah, no, that was good. So a couple other things to talk about. We got Serena breaking up with Matt. So she's, parents, talking about it, kind of get her really thinking, do you see a future with this guy after the show? And she realizes you know what, he's not it for me. She says, Matt, you're not my person, man. Sorry. So what do you think of that?
And that was wild. That's the first time I've ever seen that. You obviously see him walk people out all the time, but for her to be walking him out and then he gets in the limo, it was pretty funny actually, but good for her. I guess she knew what she wanted and she didn't want to waste his time. So give her kudos for stepping up and made Matt's decision really easy this week.
Yeah. So of the three people left, who do you think is winning?
Oh, sorry, just a quick yawn because getting late my time here. Rachel. Okay, we've been saying it for weeks now.
Yeah, you have been. I'm, in case things change with hometowns and all that. So, I want to stick with Rachel, but listen to this. No, I'm not. I'm sticking with Rachel, but there's when I watch all the three remaining people, even all of them throughout the season, there's no obvious romantic connection. You're watching and you can see oh my God, they vibe together, they're going really well. And in the past, you look at other seasons, even the Bachelorette, when we were doing the segment with that, you see when they're hanging out and it's they're getting along so well, everything's great, they're in love, they're all this. I don't see that. When I'm watching, they've just done a bad job, I think, showing connections. You don't notice it at all, in my opinion. Yeah,
I feel it's just an off season. We've been talking about it for a while, and I know this interview is dragging along, so I don't want to get going too deep, but no, we said it from day one. It was a bad season, and I think everything kind of goes into that we've already talked about.
Yeah, so we can kind of wrap it up there. They do foreshadow a lot of drama for the next one with Matt crying and doubting something there. So we'll probably have some action to talk about in the next one, and then we may be having Serena on the show next week. So, I mean, I'll be talking to her in the next couple of days about it. We've been talking for a while. So she said once she's off the show, she'd be happy to come on. So that's something for the listeners to look forward to. And, you know, she's made quite the name for herself over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, she's cold as ice. So no, we'll see. That'd be a lot of fun to kind of see what she's all about and hear about the show. So fingers crossed you can pull that one off. But yeah, no, that pretty much does it for me and Rask. And just want to thank everyone for the weekly support. Let's keep getting these numbers up, and we'll continue to
create good content.
yeah.